What is food? Food is joy. Food is integration. Food is connection. Food is security. Food is health. Food is also an art. Join us to celebrate the artistic and culinary talents from local chefs, restaurateurs, and your favorite food joints. Find out more about their food journey, participate in exclusive food demonstrations, and most importantly, encourage local businesses. Let's support the ones that keep our bellies full, our taste buds happy, and allow us to discover new dishes, all from the comfort of our homes.
Hi everyone, I'm so happy to be here with all of you. My name is Kayla Thomas and I will be your host for today. Welcome to the second day of the Whitby Artistic Food Expo, funded by Central County's Tourism, organized by Saffron Hub and Artists and Artisans Development and Network. If you were here yesterday, you know we have a fun-filled afternoon of delicious recipes and culinary insights coming up. And if you weren't here yesterday, then you are in for a treat. Before we virtually dive into it, I just want to share a little bit of information about myself because, well, we're going to be with each other for the next 2 hours. I'm from Ajax, and when I'm not teaching by day, I'm on the hunt for the best local eats here in Durham and around the GTA. My passion for food started when I was a child because my mom is a chef. So while I haven't necessarily inherited her culinary skills, I've definitely inherited a deep appreciation for delicious dishes and the people who make them. Now let me introduce the organizations that are organizing this amazing event. The Artists and Artisans Development and Network was founded in 2014 to provide resources and community development for artists and artisans who are immigrants to Canada. They started by helping artists participate in community events and festivals to promote and showcase their work, and have since grown our community and program offerings. They now work with over 500 artists in over 112 languages, helping them access cultural and economic opportunities. Artists and Artisans Development and Network's mission is to provide support and opportunities for economic and social development to artists and artisans of all artistic practices who are newcomers to Canada or from other visible minority groups. Our other organizer is Saffron Hub. Saffron Hub is a national nonprofit organization established to support and promote women food entrepreneurs throughout Canada. Saffron Hub believes in inclusion, empowerment, and collective impact through innovative and need-based programs and services where poverty is reduced, equity is achieved, and community collaboration is possible for the betterment of our communities. And finally, a special thanks to Central County's Tourism and the Government of Ontario for their support in making this expo possible. For this event, we are happy to receive support from Mayor Don Mitchell. Let us hear his message in support of Whitby Artistic Food Expo.
Mayor Don Mitchell here with best wishes for the Whitby Artistic Food Expo, and big thanks to Saffron Hub and the Artists and Artisans Network for bringing us this celebration of our incredible local culinary talent. Because Whitby has an amazing food experience for every taste. So enjoy the day, connect and learn, and afterwards, get out and pick up some of our great local food and enjoy. Cheers.
Cheers to that. Let's kick things off with a few words from Bistro 67. Bistro 67 offers guests a memorable field-to-fork dining experience within Durham College's W. Galen Weston Center for Food, also known as the WC, where community, local agriculture, and learning come together. Meals are prepared and served by their skilled staff and students who create flavorful dishes inspired by fresh ingredients from the Durham region. Let's check out their video.
not for me to say you love. It's not for me to say you love. Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do. It's
Operation Harvest the Red Currants. Okay. Hi, my name's Ryan Cullen, DC alumni, horticulture, food and farming. I'm now the field supervisor at the W. Galen Weston Center for Food. I'm lucky enough to come in here every day and work with a great team of horticulture students who are passionate about what they do. And I relish the fact that I can teach them a few things, give them some new skills, but also learn some great things from them as well.
My name is Andrew, and I work here at in a horticultural course. It's a food and farming course. And the job I really do around here is the inventory and sort of keeping track of all the fruits and vegetables as they go to our different customers. I'm also communicate between the farm and the chefs as to what they want every day. But we're all responsible for the cultivating of all the fruits and vegetables. Everybody takes part in that. So that's largely what I do. So the interesting thing that I found working here is we have to work with the wildlife that's out here. We have rabbits and birds, and there was a bird nesting right in the row where we wanted to cultivate our plants. And so what we had to do was cultivate around the bird. We left that one space open and we watched that bird hatch her eggs and watch her babies getting born. So I thought that was kind of fun and interesting.
I just love that they are a farm to table restaurant, and I definitely hope to be able to visit Bistro 67 someday in the future. Our next guest needs no introduction as she's quite well known in the industry. You may have seen her on TV, on YouTube. It's Anna Olson, Canada's baking sweetheart. Anna was born in Atlanta, Georgia, but actually grew up in Toronto. She returned to Canada to settle in Niagara's wine country with her husband, Chef Michael Olson. What we love about Anna is that she is an avid promoter of the local movement. She actively shops for local ingredients and works under the motto, what grows together, goes together. We want to thank you, the public, for sending in your questions for Anna in the last few weeks. She took some time to answer as many as she could, and we're so happy to have her here with us. Let's check out that video from Anna.
Hi everyone, it's Chef Anna Olson here, and you may know me as a cookbook author or television host, but what I am is a baker, a pastry chef at heart. And I'm pleased to be here on behalf of Artists and Artisans Development Network and Saffron Hub to answer a few of your questions. So thank you so much for sending them in. I have them all here, so I'm gonna read them off. I'll tell you who asked that question, and then I'll give you my honest off-the-cuff answer. So this is like a one-sided dialogue, and I hope you enjoy it and get some valuable information from it. All right, the first question comes from Eric L., who asks, do you think being a great pastry chef is a natural talent, or is it something anyone can learn? I consider myself a teacher, so I am a great believer that anyone can learn just about anything. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, well, I can cook, but I can't bake. It's simply math. We spend more of our time, even just cooking for our families, but just the time it takes is the time it takes, and we spend less time baking. So I think when it comes to baking, you can learn the skills. What does take practice and your own personality shows through is with decorating. Decor work, whether it's finishing cakes, assembling macarons, visualizing plating on a restaurant-style dessert, that does take practice, just like learning to paint or draw or take photographs. But I do believe it can definitely be learned. Now, question number 2 comes from Chef Suhail. What inspired me to become a pastry chef? Well, that's a big question. But I would say, I think like a lot of people who love cooking and baking and have turned it into a profession, there was a family influence. And for me, my grandmother was my biggest influence. She loved cooking and baking for her family. But her energy and excitement came when it was time to make desserts and make cookies. And that was, as a little girl growing up, when I wanted to visit with grandma, it meant I was in the kitchen. And if I was in the kitchen, she was going to put me to work. And so that's how I came to appreciate not just baking itself, but the love of baking to share with others. So for me, I give full credit to my grandmother. Now, Jessica L. asks the question, what is your baking style and the philosophy behind it? That's a very big question too. And I consider myself a technician when it comes to baking. I love wrestling with the guts behind a recipe. What's going to make the chocolate cake the best chocolate cake? Is it going to be, what's going to make it the most moist, the most delicious? What does it need to be in combination with the fillings and the frostings? When it comes to a philosophy, I gel it down to a single word: respect. And for me, what that means in terms of my career as a baker and pastry chef is respecting the ingredients, knowing when and how they need to be treated and when they need to be left alone. Respect for the technique, very important in terms of baking. And that's your tool to make things happen and make them happen favorably for you. So knowing how to add ingredients in what order, when to whip the eggs and when not to whip the eggs. And then ultimately what counts is respect for people. And that means, as a restaurateur or a bakery owner, respect for your paying customer, knowing what they want and knowing what you're capable of delivering, and also what you're not capable of delivering is also very important. They are your paying customer, and also respect for your team, your staff, and of course, don't forget respect for yourself. The next question comes from Kyle M., who asks, how have your desserts evolved over the years? Well, that's a great question. When I was a restaurant pastry chef, I was focused on plated desserts. And it was easy enough to create a composition where you had your dessert element, your sauce, your accents, your garnish. You could really build taste and texture and a sensory experience through plating. Now, when I opened a bakery, it changed so much more because I had to be able to deliver a dessert that was self-contained and complete in one item. A cake that had all the taste and texture and visual appeal of a plated dessert, but yet it was out of my control how it was served. And in terms of cookbook writing and television and showing recipes on social media, which all of you do, it takes that eye, that sense of packing in visually all those characteristics of taste, texture, smell, and sight, even sound, in a single photograph or image, or using descriptive adjectives. So I know you face that all the time. And the best bit of advice I had from a producer years ago is when you're describing something on camera or in writing, don't just say it's delicious, because that should be implied. It's of course delicious, but give us more information. And so that always pushes me to use further adjectives. So I hope that helps show you how I've evolved over the years with my dessert styles. What I will say though is you've probably noticed over the years, I tend not to jump on too many last minute trends. I love progressive techniques and trying new styles and trying new recipes, but the trends that will be there one day and gone the next I don't want to be a person that's there one day and not the next. So I don't jump on those trends as quickly. So that's a very good question. Now, Nuzat Bakatiari from Fusion Bites asks essentially about my position on where we are in these changing and stressful times in the restaurant business. And this is part of why you're gathering together to discuss and collaborate and get new ideas. And it is such a challenging time, and we have to just kind of hunker down and get through these next few months. The happy thing is we're not in March 2020. This is January 2021. There is hope on the horizon. Do I think the way we dine out has changed forever? I think it has. And I think we will have to adapt. And my thinking is, and this is in part because my husband is a chef professor at Niagara College and is teaching the up and coming group of employees, chefs, and managers. They are going to be our hope because they know nothing other than this state. And so with fresh eyes and fresh energy, we are going to be able to take where we are now and see the future and be able to adapt. I think as challenging as this time is, we've proven that we can pivot and adapt. And so with a fresh start, I think we can continue to do so. And takeaway dining is forever changed now, and it's going to be a part of just about every restaurant. I can't imagine. Where we have to get smart is when it comes to our efficient packaging, isn't it? Got to work on that one. So very good question. Now, Seema S asks, would I consider myself an artist? I would say, I'm going to back up to what I earlier said, I don't consider myself an artist. I consider myself a technician because I like to get into the gears of how a recipe works and how ingredients work and try and make the best recipe possible to share with you so that if you choose to be the artist, you've got the foundation of a great recipe, and then you can use your self-expression to decorate it, finish it, prepare it, and present it as you wish. Now here's a question from Troy L, who asks, what trends am I seeing in pastry today, and what am I most excited about? And what is the one food or pastry trend I would wish would just go away? Let's talk about the ones I love right now. Because I'm seeing home bakers embrace baking, I am not seeing, fortunately, a shortage. I don't think that's going to impact the bakery and baking business just because people are baking more at home. They're exploring now. They're interested. I think home bakers are really appreciating how much work goes into baking. The first time you make a loaf of bread in your life, you realize it may be simple, but it's not simple to make. So one of the industry trends I'm loving right now that is actually extending into the home baking category is laminated doughs. And for so many years, we relied on pre-prepared puff pastry and pre-made croissants to get us through our business. But I love that there's a focus and attention and an interest in revisiting that classic style of pastry preparation. So whether you're making puff pastry, croissants, if you're getting kooky with the cronuts, I'm actually experimenting with laminated brioche these days. And then the sort of offshoot pastries like kouign-amann, which is basically a croissant, but the last fold is done with sugar. So you get that crystallized caramelized sugar on the outside of a kouign-amann pastry. I just love and respect the technique, the method, and then the end result you get from that. And the one thing, I'll be honest, that I wouldn't mind if I've had enough. They're pretty, they're lovely, and every 7-year-old absolutely adores a unicorn cake, but I'm looking forward to when we move on to whatever that next thing is. So what are you going to make it be? All right, another question from Julia R. Was there anything that I thought I wanted to do before I started as a pastry chef? Well, that's a very good question to ask, Julia, because being a pastry chef was not my first career path. I studied political science in university. And even though my grandmother was my key influence, baking and cooking was such a part of my life and my passionate hobby that I never considered it as a career until after a few years after I graduated and worked in banking, that I realized what made me happy was baking. So it was a little tougher than erasing that middle letter N, but I quit banking, went to cooking school, worked in the industry for a while until I worked my way up. And when it comes to cookbooks and television, that was not an intended path. It was an opportunity of good timing. So it has helped me embrace the philosophy that opportunity doesn't always come at a convenient time. So you have to keep your eyes open for those opportunities because it can be quick to miss them if you've got your head down and so focused on today's problems that you miss the bigger picture. So I'll use that little story for that bit of wisdom that I always try and remind myself. And the other thing, our sort of family philosophy is no is not an answer. You always say yes if you want to do it. Well, actually, it comes down to why not? If you want to try something new, why not? So long as it's not going to hurt you or others financially or physically, even if you're unsure or nervous about it. I mean, people in the hospitality industry are used to taking some risks. So, you know, you have to weigh them carefully and go back to that philosophy of respect. But with that, that helps you, I hope, make some good decisions as we are in these changing times. But months, wouldn't it be nice to say within 6 months we'd be looking at new and exciting opportunities coming down the way? So I prefer to look ahead, not look behind. And I'm going to take this last question. Which is the dish I've created that I'm most proud of and why? Well, that's a fun question. It comes from Alexa P. And I would say I can't name a single one. It is whatever I'm working on right now is the one I am most passionate and excited about. So, as I mentioned earlier, right now I am right into laminated brioche. Thank you very much, everyone. All the best. Have a super session this weekend.
Wow, those are all really good and thoughtful questions. And I was noticing in the comments, some of you mentioning having her cookbooks, and we have a few of Anna Olson's cookbooks here as well. And to be honest, my most favorite chocolate chip cookie recipe is Anna Olson's recipe. So definitely check that out. Thanks again, Anna, for answering all of those questions and giving us such great insight. Before we move on to our other guest speakers, I wanted to give you a little bit of insight as to why we're doing this event. Due to COVID-19, or to the COVID-19 pandemic, restaurants, catering joints, and tourism businesses, in particular small businesses, have been negatively impacted. This virtual event aims to bring a spotlight on the creativity of these entrepreneurs and business owners and to offer them an opportunity to showcase their products and companies. Being from Ajax, which is the neighboring town of Whitby, I know what this city has to offer, and I want to share a couple of my personal favorites from the area. So when I'm hungry and I want great food, great drinks, and even more amazing desserts, I always head to Hollywood Cone, which is in the Whitby Entertainment Complex. And I also always enjoy walking by the Whitby Waterfront, which is not only calming, but it's an excellent way to keep active, which, you know, it's hard to do when your gym's closed. We also wanted to acknowledge the amazing supporting teams, including the board of directors of Artists and Artisans Development and Network, and Saffron Hub, as well as our media partners and sponsors. And speaking of sponsors, a huge thank you to our sponsor, Social Light Vodka Soda, who has generously offered cases of the refreshing vodka soda to some of the guests engaging the most in the comments. And there are a lot of you I can see. I see Troy, I see Eric, I see Mary. So one of you guys could be a winner. Make sure to stay tuned for the whole event, and you could bring home a case of 12 Social Light Vodka sodas, which I will definitely be sipping on throughout this event. We also want to thank our media and agency partners, Culinary Tourism Alliance, the Whitby Chamber of Commerce, Gujarat Abroad, and Grantex Inc. So the next restaurant is known for good, healthy, and fun food. Fusion Bites is a 100% Canadian and women-owned restaurant. Their goal is to provide healthy food and a spot for leisure and relaxing. They strive to become everyone's go-to place where their cravings will be satisfied. And they were even voted as one of the best pizza chains in Markham. I love pizza. So let's see what they have to say.
Fusion Bites is a 100% Canadian women-owned cloud kitchen operating since 2017. We initially started as a pilot project in Markham, Ontario, due to the location's rich history, vibrant present, and dynamic future. We are proud to be the first to introduce the food fusion concept in Ontario. We were the first to introduce new and innovative truly fusion of the East and West in pizzas by introducing Bahari Kebab Pizza, Butter Chicken Pizza, and Palak Paneer Pizza. Our inspiration came from our passion for food. We saw it as an opportunity as we witnessed the changing eating habits of our children, recent immigrants, towards westernized food as our generation blends into the Canadian way of life. Therefore, we brought in the concept to fusion East with West. As we planned expansion in 2020 after the success of our Markham pilot, COVID-19 pandemic hit, forcing a lockdown. The pandemic and the resulting lockdown heavily impacted the restaurant and food industry by closing the dining space. The market seems to have shifted towards a new normal. We took the pandemic as time to plan. Along with problems, the pandemic also brings opportunities, or different and innovative ways to do things or think outside of the box. Therefore, in partnership with Score Culinary Concepts, Inc., we adjusted our model to the new normal, providing healthy, nutritious, and fun food. We offer a variety of halal international flavors in one menu. In other words, we're bringing the world of flavors together. We are also planning to build a federally certified central kitchen, looking at Whitby as a location. The timeline is 6 months to a year. To our fellow small businesses, there's a famous saying which is quite relevant to the pandemic environment we live in today. Not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path. Therefore, hang in there, stay safe and healthy. Our specialties are meal kits, ready to eat fresh, just heat and eat, ready to eat frozen, just thaw, heat and eat, and ready to cook frozen. Some of our fan favorites include our fusion pizzas and barbecue items. Our innovation and creativity, in addition to pizzas, Chicksplosion was our biggest innovation and creativity. We foresee different concepts emerging in the food and beverage sector, particularly in the restaurant industry. Currently, we have quite a few projects we're working on, particularly high tea items. We offer a refined market targeting mainly millennials. Halal home meat replacement is one of our major projects. Our meals can stay fresh for up to 7 days when stored in a refrigerator. We're also looking at exports of our frozen meals to the United States, Europe, and the Middle East. We plan to cater via food trucks, coffee trucks, vendors such as gas stations, convenience stores, mainstream retails, customer pickup, and delivery via our delivery partners such as Skip, Uber Eats, DoorDash, and others. We have moved away from restaurant-style kitchen to commercial kitchen space. Our meals are packed in oven and microwave-safe packaging. We ensure quality and consistency. Our facilities are provincially certified, therefore we put great emphasis on food safety. We source all of our meats and other ingredients from HMA certified halal vendors. We do not compromise on quality and consistency. We employ qualified and experienced chefs. Our current chef has over 35 years of experience working at the Taj Hotel in India, Emirates Flight Kitchen in Dubai, and Saudi Flight Kitchen in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, just to name a few.
I don't know about you all, but I could not stop staring at the butter chicken. It looked amazing. Oh my gosh. And Kathy, I agree with you. This is totally a way better way of spending the day than being outside freezing. So, our next guest has won a bunch of prizes, but most recently, the second place at the Bocuse d'Or America's semi-final. He represented Canada at the finals in Lyon 2019, and he is a chef technologist at George Brown College in Toronto. Please welcome Chef Trevor Ritchie. He was a Trot Canada champion, and he has a fantastic recipe to share with us. Let's take a look.
I'm going to show you how to make one of my all-time favorite breakfast items, the omelet. Hi, I'm Trevor. I'm a chef technologist at George Brown College in Toronto, and I got into cooking at a young age of 15 because I really love working with food. One of the best parts about my career has been competing in culinary competitions. I think chefs have this natural competitive sort of spirit that really pushes us and drives, and during the pandemic it's a little challenging for us because we're maybe stuck at home and we don't have that opportunity to get out there and to really push ourselves like we normally would. But there's kind of two ways to look at this. You can take the opportunity to step back and honestly just slow down a little bit. I think so many times when we're in our restaurants and hotels, we do things so quickly without really spending the time and the effort on really reflecting and thinking and asking more of the why questions. We find ourselves always just pushing things out as quickly as possible. It's very rare that we have an opportunity to step back and really analyze, like, why do we do certain things? Like, what are all the things that we can do now that we couldn't do before, right? So I think in a lot of ways there are opportunities to work on yourself. And if I was going to give any advice to a chef or a young cook or anybody in the culinary industry, hospitality industry, is really to invest in yourself, right? Take the time to learn more. And also, one thing that gets overlooked is training your palate. People have this idea that you're born with a good palate, or you either have it or you don't. That's not true. Everybody can train their palate. So what I mean by that is every time that you open up a jar of spices, for example, or a vinegar or an oil, I recommend smell it. Smell it, think about it, and taste it. Literally stop what you're doing, close your eyes, whatever you have to do, smell, think about what you're eating, and that's how you develop your palate. So down the road, you're sitting in a restaurant and you taste a dish and you know right away, oh, that's cinnamon. Oh, there's a vinegar in there. I think it's sherry vinegar. The only way to do that is to train your palate. And how do you train your palate? You gotta taste, you gotta smell. You also need to stop and think about that and remember. So that's what I mean by training your palate. I think that's really important. Take time to do things that you necessarily didn't have time to before, like sharpening your knife. There's hundreds of excellent videos. Go on YouTube, learn how to sharpen your knife, train yourself, invest in yourself. You can reach out. We need to stay connected, right? And this is part of the reason why we're doing these videos. We need to stay connected as a community of chefs and cooks. You don't have to just go on social media. You don't have to just post, photos and dishes of what you're doing, which is great. I got nothing to say bad about that, but you can also pick up the phone and call, maybe a chef friend that you used to work with, and stay connected in other ways and share stories and what are you working on? What do we think the next 5 years is going to look like? Maybe let's start focusing on those things so that we're ahead of the game once things reopen. One way I like to stay connected is going to the farmer's market. One of my absolute favorite things to do. So I was at the market the other day and found some beautiful eggs, some great cheese, and it got me thinking about my favorite breakfast item, the omelet. So I remember being an apprentice and working in a hotel in a buffet line and having to do endless amount of omelets on Sunday morning brunch. And it took me a while. Eventually, after many failures, I ended up getting pretty good at it. At least I thought I did anyway, but I found a better way. So what you're gonna need for this is a non-stick pan, and I mean like a real non-stick pan. you know, one that hasn't had any metal tongs in it or anything like that. You got to treat that really well. So just using rubber in there. You can take a little bit of oil and just brush it around. And the other thing, if you have a chance to get one that's a little bit shorter, that way you can get in there with your rubber spatula and then fold over your egg a lot easier. Let me show you how to make a classy omelet. Here's what you're going to need to make this dish. Got some nice eggs from the farmer's market. Got some hard goat cheese from Blythe, Ontario, called Golden Blythe. It's really important not to just support your local restaurants, but also your local producers. I've taken that same Golden Blythe cheese, grated it, and baked it in the oven at about 350 until it was golden brown, so we get some crispy components for the dish. Here I've taken some zucchini and sun-dried tomatoes, cut them really small, brunoise, and sauteed them with a touch of garlic. That's going to be for inside of the omelet. And then I've taken that same tomato and zucchini mixture and just added some olive oil and some sherry vinegar to it. And lastly, I have just a touch of olive oil that we're going to brush on the omelet when it's finished. Here's 2 eggs that have been whisked ahead of time. You'll notice all of these air bubbles on top. What you'd like to do is take a spoon and just take them off of the surface. The reason we do that is so that we have a nice clean surface on our omelet and prevent any holes. Take your eggs, put them in a pan on a low heat. You want just enough to cover the bottom of the pan, almost like a crepe. Okay, so you can just move those eggs around. And that's it. Right now, you're just gonna concentrate on making sure that it's even. Sometimes stoves are a little bit uneven, so if you see the egg kind of piling up in one area, you may want to tilt the pan slightly. Think about making a crepe almost. And then make sure this is on low heat. A good quality French omelet, you want it to be without any color on it. Take the tomato and zucchini mixture, place it on the eggs. You don't want too much, just enough to cover it with a very, very thin layer. Gently press it around. If you're too aggressive with this, you risk breaking the eggs. So very delicate. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit more on there. Take your time. Make sure it's nice and even so you get a nice tight roll at the end. A light grating of cheese on top. Make sure you get everywhere. This not only for flavor, but to hold everything together. Take a rubber spatula and just gently get under there. You can use your hands for this. It's probably the best way of doing it. And just roll it like a pinwheel. Tip it out onto the cutting board as you're rolling it. And just let it sit for a minute. Brush it lightly with some olive oil for flavor, and then it's also going to give it a really nice shine. We're going to trim this up now. And then with the end pieces, we can trim those as well and use those. Why not? When you go to plate, make sure you use a flat spatula. You just gently place it down. I'm gonna put a little salad with this dish. So I've got some different lettuces, some endive, some red oak. I've also got some shaved zucchinis here, as well as some preserved chilies. I'm gonna mix those just with some olive oil and red wine vinegar, a pinch of salt. Take our salad leaves, dress them on the plate. Okay, we've got some of our, this is the filling with just a little bit of olive oil to stretch it out a bit. We can put a little bit of this, a bit on top. Then we've got some of that same cheese that we baked in the oven. Has some crispy garnishes.
Okay, my omelets never look like that. So I think I'm definitely making myself an omelet for breakfast tomorrow. Or maybe I'll take a page out of Gloria's book and have one for dinner, right, Gloria? Now joining us live, we have Matilda's. Owner Matilda Irawan is on a mission to get the community healthy and vibrant, starting with their plates. She's here to show people that plant-based foods are healthy and delicious. Matilda's actually here with us now. Matilda, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you. How are you, Kayla?
I'm very good, thank you. I have to say, Matilda, I've actually been to Matilda's, and I don't know how you make that mac and cheese. I love it. It's like addictive. So we're just gonna have a couple questions with each other. But first, would you be able to introduce yourself, say where you're from, what you do, things like that?
For sure. First of all, thank you for having me. It's so exciting to have, I'm a foodie. I love anything food. I live to eat. So it's a really challenging time right now. And I find that in the last year, I've been connecting more to my creative side. But first of all, I was born in Indonesia. So, Indonesian cuisine, I don't know if you're familiar, but we use a lot of spices, turmeric, galangal, ginger, garlic, all the stuff that when I first moved here about 19 years ago, they weren't widely available. But now I can get them anywhere, which is really, really amazing. I've had the restaurant for 2.5 years now. And it's in downtown Oshawa. We moved just across the street about 1.5 years ago to a bigger location. And it's been an exciting, and I can't say the work has been light.
Yeah, for sure. Especially recently, I bet.
Yeah, but that mac and cheese sauce, I actually tested when I was working in a corporate world, and I tested it with everybody who's not vegan and teenagers. Right? So I have scrapped so many recipes until I got that down pat, and everybody agreed that that was the best. So
well, I'm grateful for your testers, because honestly, I'm not a vegan, but literally, that's one of my favorite mac and cheeses.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
So what inspired you to work at a restaurant? Like, how did you start off in the industry?
So my husband John owned an Indonesian fine dining restaurant in Netherlands, in the Netherlands for about 19 years until he moved here about, what is it, 12 years ago or so. And he was just telling me how much work it is and this and that. So I actually never intended to open a restaurant. But my intention is just to share my journey on how I got myself healthy, how I overcame my physical challenges, my mental challenges, and things like that. And as you know, I've been sharing on social media, and then people were like, "Oh, you know what? Your food is really good. You should open a restaurant." And then I started a project, catering project. I rented a commercial kitchen, and then from there, I thought, "Wow, there's a lot of demands here." And then, earlier in 2018, I set an intention. Okay, if I'm answering the call here, if I'm meant to serve a bigger crowd, more people, then give me all the resources, give me the tools, and give me the way to do it. And then it just kind of fell on my lap, and I couldn't say no. And and here I am.
Yeah, well, we are grateful for your yes, that's for sure. So tell us more about the types of dishes that you cook and a few of the fan favorites that people enjoy the most at your restaurant.
Okay, so I said when I went plant-based, when I went vegan almost 6 years ago now, I said, okay, I will stick with it, but only if I can still eat the same flavors, textures, and everything. Nothing will change other than they no longer have animal products, right? So that was like kind of my vow to my lifestyle, I guess, because I will not sacrifice flavor.
For sure.
Not worth living. And I am not a salad person, right? So I'm like, otherwise, I'm doomed otherwise, right?
Yeah.
So 70% of our customers are non-vegetarian, vegan, none of those things. So I said, okay, whatever recipe I can veganize. What can I substitute using the same flavors, make it healthier, taking out the oil, taking out the fat, and things like that, making it healthier. Because as I healed myself, I started getting into more of the nutrition benefits side of things and started to research for years now on how can we get everybody healthier without sacrificing flavor, right? Because if you can still feel that you're eating great food and it brings you all the health benefits, why not? Right? So so the fan favorites, so I eat basically like General Tao chicken, butter chicken, rendang, maple jerk chicken.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Shawarma, teriyaki chicken. So anything, like everybody's favorites, I veganize and I rotate them.
Oh, okay.
We make lasagna, we have buffalo cauliflower wing days, and yeah, so
I think at one point you also had pulled pork, right?
Yeah, using
I
jackfruit.
got that too that day. That was good too.
Yeah, so pulled jackfruit, and I tested them with chefs, and they were like, "It's." I'm like, "What am I eating? Is this not pork?" And I'm like, "No."
Yeah, I gave it to my brother, and who is a vegetarian, and he was like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Trust me, I'm not like messing with you." But it was so good, so flavorful.
Thank you.
Okay, so since we talked about a few of your fan favorites and the types of your dishes that you cook, tell us about your restaurant. What can guests expect when they come to visit or when they order from you? What makes it unique and exciting?
Wow, so that has evolved. So before we moved, it was just takeout. We had like 3 small tables, and so takeouts, and then I had what everybody called a magical fridge with my to-go meals ready to go for their meal prep throughout the week. And that fridge just fit everything, because the place was so small. And then when we moved, the concept changed, right? So I love collaborating with small businesses. So I don't believe in competition. So I erased that word. Competition gave me anxiety. Competition stressed me out. So I got rid of that word completely. I'm like, no more competing with anybody, no more competition. It's all about collaboration and working together. So that's what I wanted to bring to the community. And so I would bring in local businesses, and I'm like, let's work together. Why don't you have a pop-up shop at my restaurant on this day, and then bring your products, and then as my customers come in, they can, see what you have to offer. That's great. Of course, I have to vouch, like the product has to be like cruelty-free and like that, and like good for the environment and things like that, not just any products, right? And so I would start bringing in all these businesses to have a pop-up shop. And so that grew into like having a bigger retail. So, okay, how about becoming a one-stop vegan shop? So no longer do vegans have to go to the West End to get their supplies, like their amazing cheeses, their meat replacement products, or whatever it is, their coconut milk and things like that. They can, when they come in, they can find all of that there, like the vegan marshmallows, vegan chocolates, things like that. And so that grew very quickly. Actually, right now, I have to just keep turning businesses down because I'm running out of space.
Oh, wow. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, and you know what? Every product is so exciting, and I'm like, oh my god! Like I want to bring this on, but where am I going to put it? So it's retail. You have your frozen meals, frozen products, ice cream, and then you have your refrigerated meals, sauces, dressings, cheeses, everything.
Wow. So it's like a one-stop shop. And
Yeah,
it's a fantastic meal too.
Yeah, and then of course like the regular menu, and then the hot tables that change. We always have different things in there. So people have to follow our social media to see like what exciting things we have that day. So the last few days it's been like the vegan Portuguese tarts, pastel de nata. So that was like huge, and oh my god, Kayla, these hands have rolled over 200 like of those tart shells in the last like 2 days.
Whoa, that's insane.
We can't keep up. We can't keep up.
Wow, that's insane. Well, Matilda, thank you so much for tuning in and talking with us. I just wanted to know if there's any just words of encouragement before you go, or positive thoughts to share with your fellow local small businesses, especially during this time.
Yes, so it is really devastating to see so many restaurants have closed, and some of them, were my friends, and it's really, really sad. And I think you have to stay creative. You have to adapt. You have to be willing to change as things change. Time has never been more uncertain, and I think our success has greatly been attributed to the community that we've built. They're so amazing. The people in our community are so amazing, and I don't pay for marketing, not a dime. So it's all from referrals and word of mouth and social media. And you know what? Kindness. We have to operate from a place of love and kindness and compassion, right? So we would whenever we hear of a community member who's struggling financially, they've been out of a job, they can't even afford groceries. You know what? A group of us get together, get some groceries or gift certificates for a supermarket or whatever, and then we hand it to them. And we don't even proclaim this. We don't even do it. Right. And then we did a contest one time to help pay some businesses their rent and things like that. So we got together, we did a fundraising, just things like that. When people get together, magical things happen.
That's so true.
I like to get everybody to move away from competition and from insecurities and from feeling threatened. Oh, that one's going to steal my business. No, there's no such thing. There's enough pies for everybody, Yeah,
that's that's an excellent way to wrap that all up. That's excellent. Thank you so much, Matilda, for joining us. Really appreciate having you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right, so now for another local favorite, please welcome Malona Products. Malona Products was inspired by Bernie Currency's family, Roman roots, and for over 4 generations, they have specialized in the production of fine food products. We actually have a few prizes from Malona Products that we will be giving out that will be given out, sorry, throughout the expo. So make sure to engage with our Facebook page and comment throughout the live event. And even if you don't win a prize, Malona has also generously offered a 15% discount on all online orders placed before January 26th for you, our special viewers. Simply use the promo code SAFFRON, which is right at the bottom of the screen if you need to know how to spell it. So let's check out this video from Malona.
Hi, my name is Bernie Carinci, and I'm from Whitby, Ontario. I'm a fourth-generation beekeeper and fine food artisan. We are located in Whitby, Ontario, while our beehives are primarily located in Oshawa. Our fine products are proudly distributed throughout Canada and even into some parts of the USA. One of my biggest and proudest accomplishments in my career was when I decided to launch Malona products alongside Cindy and my son Robert. Cindy has been a professional chef for over 25 years, working in many top restaurants in Toronto, as well as training and working in Italy. Cindy brings a huge knowledge and understanding of fine food to Malona. Robert, who will be the fifth generation, is also involved in learning every aspect of the business. Together, we want people to have accessibility to premium, local, and pure food products. Being of Italian descent, we know good food, and our dream is to share that with our local residents and people everywhere. A true food artisan is able to bring you the absolute best quality created with a passion for food, while using techniques that have been inherited and passed on from generation to generation. During COVID, we have managed to increase our online presence. We have gained over 25,000 followers on some of our social media platforms. Malona, our dream has really taken off. People are appreciating and enjoying our hard work, which is why we keep pushing to improve and produce more for you and your family to enjoy. We offer many shipping options online to all of Canada and the US, and recently we have added a worldwide shipping option as well. We can also arrange safe drop-off and pickup spots in the GTA. Although we are glad to be growing so fast, we never forget about our lovely Durham residents, and we are always happy to deliver locally to them. Sometimes I will even deliver an order myself, and if I'm fortunate, I will get a chance to meet and chat with my customers for a few minutes. The best way people can support local small businesses through COVID is by expressing their support. They can do this by buying their products, write a nice review, spread word-of-mouth advertising, donate to them, or even donate to a charity that the small business supports. Try reaching out to your local business. Tell them you would like to make a donation on their behalf and see what their reaction will be. I promise you, it will be a positive one. As a small business these days, we face new challenges. We have to remember why we are in business in the first place, because we love doing what we do. So let's keep our heads up right now during these dark days, as brighter days will be coming soon. Remember that the stronger you are now, the stronger you will be later. Until then, enjoy what we enjoy doing best. Bernie Carinci, President of Malona Artisanal Products.
Wow, I'm actually low on honey as well, Patty. So I definitely think I'm going to be heading to Malona to get my order topped up as well. So just remember, if you go to www.malona.ca before January 27th, I think I said the 26th before, so sorry about that. So before January 27th, and if you use the code SAFFRON, SAFFRON, you can save 15% on your order. Up next, we have Chef Baldeep joining us. His food journey began in 2003 in Kolkata. His passion was passed on from his mother, Kamaljeet, who always welcomed him in the kitchen to help in the kitchen. She first taught him how to make a delicious and perfect cup of chai. He then began experimenting by making French toast when he was 8 years old. Chef Baldeep's career began with an internship in India at the ITC Mughal Sheraton, Agra. He then worked at Hyatt Regency in Kolkata and transitioned to the Taj Holiday Village Resort in Goa. In New Delhi, he was chosen to lead the pre-opening team at Hilton Garden Inn as chef de partie. So impressive. So let's hear what he has to say.
Hello friends, myself Baldeep Sara. I'm a personal chef operating from Vancouver for Vancouverites and the surrounding areas. My company's name is Chef Baldeep's Cuisine. As a previous experience, I have worked in various multinational companies across the world, and I have experience of over 14 years. With the experience, all this experience, I am serving the Vancouver area as a private chef to surpass the expectations of my guests. My Insta handle is Chef Baldeep's Cuisine, and my Facebook account is also Chef Baldeep's Cuisine. You can always follow me there and find my new recipes. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorites, avocado bhalla chaat. That's a version of dahi bhalla, but a very healthy and clean version. I came up with this recipe a few weeks ago when somebody asked me, the chaat is very unhealthy. It's a lot of carbohydrates, lot of fats in it. Then I was thinking, why not? Why not to develop a chaat which is healthy? And first thing what came to my mind is avocado. People ask me all the time, what is your favorite fruit? Over a period of time, I have seen various different ingredients in my culinary career. But avocado is one of the such of ingredients which is very stable and very, I would say, a neutral fruit. Avocado in itself does not have its own predominant flavor. It is a neutral fruit which takes the flavor of other ingredients and adds on to the taste, consistency, and texture. You can use this fruit in various ways. In smoothies, in salads, in sandwiches, you name it. It is one of the ingredients which is most likely used in every restaurant nowadays. So I have used this beautiful and healthy fruit to make a chaat for you guys today. So let me show you. Let's start with it. So for this, I have few ingredients around here. So first of all, what is avocado bhalla? Bhalla is a chaat. It's a dumpling actually, made from lentils. I'm going to show you the lentils. Those lentils look like this. White lentils, that's called urad dal. These lentils are soaked overnight and then we make a paste of it. It's not hard, but needs a bit of experience to make these patties or balls. Today I have made patties for you because I needed some texture and some height onto my food. So let's come on to my dish, avocado bhalla. So to begin with, I will introduce you to the ingredients. Those are avocado itself, a pomegranate, tomato and onion salsa, chickpea, tomato and onion salsa, some fresh lime, radishes for garnish, some aloo bhujia, which is a deep fried potato vermicelli, and some lotus root crisps for garnish. So let's begin with, I have 3 sauces today, a date and tamarind chutney, a sweet cream, and a beautiful and green avocado raita. So to begin with, we need an avocado and we cut it into half, as we always do. So if you have seen, I cut the avocado into half, but it's 2 different sizes. Why I did that is so I can get a maximum cavity in one side, because this is going to be my vessel for the chaat. Isn't it exciting? Yes, it is. Beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop out the avocado. And then I'm going to season this avocado. You would like to ask, why are you doing this? It's important, friends, because this is going to be my vessel for my chaat. So let's season it, because when you finish your chaat, there has to be a kick. That's what chaat is. So I would squeeze a few drops of lime into my vessel. So this is my vessel which is going to be used to make a chaat. So let's begin with it. First of all, it's going to get some salsa. There's a sweet chickpea pomegranate salsa. A little bit more. Why not? More is better, no? I know. So then we get some avocado raita. So how did I make avocado raita? It's some sour cream, fresh avocados, cilantro, mint, green chilies, and some cumin powder. A little bit of chaat masala is always good because that adds to some Indian flavors which we need at this point of time. So to this avocado shell, I'm going to add the essence of this dish, that is the bhalla. So this bhalla goes into it, and another bhalla goes on the top. So let's begin with the plating. So this is the body. There's much more to come. So to plate it, I would need, first of all, a duster. My hands are a bit dirty. Okay, so for plating, what I would use is, again, avocado. Why? Because I love avocado. So I have some beet dust on my hand. I love it. It gives some color to it. So I add some beet dust to give it a nice avocado finish. How do you like it? Beautiful, isn't it? So why I did it is give it some nice avocado shape in terms of beetroot powder. Why not? Okay, so our plate is ready. I'm going to add this shell, some potato vermicelli. Why do we need some potato vermicelli? So it adds to the flavor whenever you want to eat it and stabilizes our chaat. So here we go. Avocado, let's repeat it. Do you remember? I don't. Let's repeat it. Some avocados, avocado shell, chickpea, kale, and tomato salsa, some tomato and pomegranate salsa, a squeeze of lime, and bhalla. So what goes on the top? Good question. Our tamarind and date chutney, that is beautiful, beautiful. Wow, it is nice. Then again comes some avocado raita. Beautiful. And some sweet cream. Chaat is always nice with sweet cream. Don't you think that? I think that is beautiful. Why not? Add some sweetness to some sourness, balances out the flavors, and gets its own taste. Right on. Again, I'm missing some tanginess. All right, beautiful. And now comes the time for the garnish. How do you like to garnish it? I like some texture to it. It's too soggy for me. So what do you want to add? Some crisp. Why not? So when we talk about crisp, some potato vermicelli. Nice. Again, to add on to the flavors, I would add some salsa to it because I feel I need some more kick. So my salsa has some spicy, some tangy flavors. So it can go on the top. Very nice. And how can we forget the avocado? What is our chaat without avocado? Why not? So I would cut some slices of avocado and dress it on the top. And to give a finish, let's use some lotus root crisp. Here we go, friends. And some radishes. I don't know. What do you think? Why not? A little bit color is always good. A little bit color. And some flavor. Nice. I recently found some carrots. Why not? How do you like it, friends? I think it's beautiful. And to finish it, some lime on the top. Nice. So here goes avocado bhalla chaat. Please DM on my Insta handle, Chef Baldeep's Cuisine. How do you like this dish? And you can follow me on my Instagram, Chef Baldeep's Cuisine, and my Facebook account, that is Chef Baldeep's Cuisine. Thank you so much.
I don't know about you all, but my mouth was literally watering watching Chef Baldeep make that. So thank you so much, Chef Baldeep. I want to take a quick second before moving on to the next speaker to thank the amazing team that worked to bring this event to life. Shireen Mandani, Jessica Lemire, Jennifer Shu, Manal Hussain, Chef Suhail, Brian Kazala, Mary Carmen Taylor, and Armin Ali. Big round of applause and a huge thanks for allowing us to discover these tasty restaurants and businesses. And once again, thank you to Central Counties Tourism and the Government of Ontario. Oh, also, don't forget to have access to exclusive content and to be the first to know about our next events. Make sure to follow us on our social media platforms. The Facebook pages are Artists and Artisans Development and Network and Saffron Hub. And on Instagram, it's at Artists and Artisans Network and at Saffron_Hub Official. So we can't talk about food without thanking the many organizations that help our community, as they are vital in making sure people don't go hungry. Let's join Feed the Need Durham in a behind-the-scenes look at their operation and how they support our community.
I'm Robin McKibben, Community Engagement Coordinator at Feed the Need in Durham. We're excited to be part of the Whitby Artistic Food Expo and are really delighted to welcome you to our Feed the Need in Durham warehouse and take you on a behind-the-scenes tour of what happens here each and every day and the magic that helps us feed people each and every day across Durham region. So as the regional food distribution hub for emergency food providers across Durham, we collect, process, and distribute food out to those frontline emergency food providers like food banks, shelters, emergency meal programs, and other social service agencies that have an emergency food provision element within their programming to reach those who need it most in the community. So we're going to take you back over into our warehouse. I'm going to take you over to our food sorting area where we process all of our non-perishable food that's coming in through food donations, larger organization donations, and individual donors. So come on over and we're going to meet the crew over on the sort table.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Hi, Alden. Good morning. Could you tell us a little bit about what's happening here on the sort table and how we process our non-perishable food?
Certainly. This is our food sorting area. When our donations come in from many different contributors, they come here in boxes, and the men here, the people here, take them out of the boxes, they put them on the table, and they sort them by their best before date for the damaged goods or whether they're not in the condition that we expect, and then we throw those away, and the other ones we clean boxes, and then those boxes go over in our pickup area where the orders are picked up and then given to our clients.
Amazing, thank you. So these are all holiday food drives that have come in over the holiday season, and the gentlemen are working hard to get everything processed and get it out to those who need it most. Thanks guys, have a great day.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alden. We're going to head over now to our walk-in fridge and freezer. You can see a little bit of what happens in there as far as our perishables and fruits and veggies go. Hi Keith, are you in there?
Hello everybody, I am Keith there, and this is our fridge here at Feed the Need. As you can see, we store our perishables here. 40% of what we do here is perishables. Right now this is the end of the week for us, so our fridge is a little bare, which is a good thing. It means we're getting our products, perishables out to the members in need. You see we have fresh milk, we have various yogurts. Back here we have eggs, and what else we got here? We've got refrigerated drinks like your orange juice, your iced teas, apple juice, and yeah, that's about it there.
So now we're going to tell you a little bit about how the food gets out into the community and out to those frontline emergency food providers, and learn a little bit more about what Feed the Need has been doing since COVID in order to respond to the increased need. So over to Vicki.
Hello, my name is Vicki. I'm the operations coordinator of Feed the Need in Durham. Since the pandemic started, we've introduced tons of changes in our warehouse. The goal is to increase capacity. We want to be able to supply more food to our members. We service over 62 members throughout Durham region. They range from Pickering through to Bowmanville and up to the north part of the region. They're food banks, social programs, and meal programs. Our volunteers are working harder than ever. Some of the changes we've introduced are single-use boxes so that sorting and cases of food can be given out more effectively. Each of the food banks in the region are experiencing almost a 30 to 35% increase in their demand with our residents. So as the food hub, we are doing our best to supply them with all the food they need.
Thanks, Vicki. Since the onset of COVID, Feed the Need in Durham has been at the forefront of the community's response to food insecurity across the region. To date, we have distributed 1.45 million pounds of food out across Durham since April of 2020. We couldn't do that without you. That is about a 45% plus increase year over year. So we're going to head down this way. We're going to talk to Anne. We have ramped up our safety protocols as well to keep our volunteers and staff as safe as possible while getting as much food as possible out to where it needs to go.
Hi Anne.
Hi, how are you?
Great, thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about what's happening over here with these special little carts?
Yeah, sure can. So what I have is I have some special offerings here. Special offerings are things that wouldn't normally be put on our clients' list that we would pick from, because either it's like a huge box of something with only one bag in it, or they're very unusual things and we have so little of it. So I offer it as part of my special offerings. Like we have a great big jug of this, and we have tiny little packets of something else. So there's a variety of things that I offer. And this will go out twice a week, and when they come in, I show them what we have. And this would be in addition to the things that we do hand out as part of our Tuesday and Thursday pickups.
We're going to head over to the back far corner of our warehouse now, where we're going to visit one of the most unique and coolest corners of our warehouse. So down this aisle here is typically where our non-food items are. So we also distribute hygiene products, diapers, formula, toilet paper, paper towels, and of course shampoo, deodorant, toothpaste are always the top most needed on our hygiene list. So let's head back to this back corner where we're going to talk to Margot, and she's going to tell us about the little amazing things that happen in this back corner.
Hi Robin, hi everyone. Welcome to what we like to call Barb's Special Corner. Barb is one of our amazing volunteers here at Feed the Need, and she looks after all of the non-food items that come through the warehouse every day. Barb takes care of processing and packaging toys, household items, school supplies, clothing, hygiene items, backpacks, everything that comes through. She packages it up and makes sure that all of these wonderful items find their way to our member agencies every single day. We could not do all of this amazing work without amazing volunteers like Barb. So thank you all very, very much.
One of the most important things we do at Feed the Need in Durham is distribute food out to those who need it most. We're going to talk to Pete right now, who is our main driver out in the community, picking up food and then distributing it out to those frontline emergency food providers. Hey Pete!
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
My
Nick.
name's
Come on,
Peter.
chat and tell us what you do for Feed the Need in Durham.
My name's Peter. I work for Feed the Need. I'm an employee. My role or my function here is a frontline fighter. I like to think of me as the hunt and gathering of food for our warehouse. The means I do that by are these beautiful trucks. This is one of them. To me, it's my workhorse. It does a lot of deliveries, a lot of pickups, and it gets out that amount of food that we need in our Durham region. So it's quite a functional tool, and I appreciate all those that contributed to me having this tool in order to carry out my role and function at Feed the Need. Thank you.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks for joining us today for Behind the Scenes at Feed the Need in Durham. We can't do what we do without our community, and we certainly can't do it without our dedicated volunteers. So thank you for supporting what we do and helping us nourish our community. Thank you.
Wow. Kudos to that entire team. They're doing such impressive and necessary work. And now a few words with Kelly O'Brien, the general manager of the W. Galen Weston Center for Food at Durham College. With an impressive background in the hospitality industry for over 30 years, Kelly is also a board member with the Central Counties Tourism and the Culinary Tourism Alliance. Together with her team at the CFF, she focuses on sustainable business practices, which include using local ingredients that they grow on campus and new and creative ways to collaborate with businesses in the community. Now, that's the kind of community spirit we love hearing about. Take it away, Kelly.
My name is Kelly O'Brien, and I am the General Manager at the W. Galen Weston Center for Food at Durham College. I have the absolute privilege of taking care of everything here within the W. Galen Weston Center for Food. I say my role is blending the academics and operations, where we really focus on sustainability, field to fork, and supporting local. Just outside these windows, we have just under an acre of land where we grow and harvest all our own produce. With that, we take it into our labs and our classrooms, and as well as the restaurant and our pantry. At the W. Galen Weston Center for Food, our students, our faculty, and our staff all get the privilege to work within our community, to grow, to bring that into the labs and the classrooms. We focus on field to fork, where we really bring that to our menus in Bistro 67 and everything we produce for the pantry. And we continue to enhance what we're doing here at the W. Galen Weston Center for Food. The newest thing we have, which is amazing, is a container garden where we can grow up to 700 heads of lettuce. We use that in the restaurant, we use that in our labs, we use that in meals that we've been providing for the region of Durham for the homeless. And we have so many different things we want to continue to do. We started a farmer's market this summer that was very successful, where our community can come in and see what we're growing. So they can come on a Friday afternoon, visit the farmer's market, have a nice bite to eat on our patio, and then take a tour of the gardens. If they're lucky enough and we have students working at that time, they get the best tour possible, because the students are really passionate about what we do here at the W. Galen Weston Center for Food. We also established partnerships within the community. Just a couple of weeks ago, we harvested all our peppers at the end of the season, and we have a company we work with, Number 7 Hot Sauce, and they make our own Harvest Salsa Brava, featuring everything that we grew on site. Another partnership is All or Nothing Brew House, where we will harvest some of our produce and they make collaboration unique brews for us. Just now we're working on our sweet potato stout. This will be our third cycle because it's been so popular. we're really excited to accept the Business Sustainability Award from the Greater Oshawa Chamber of Commerce. I'm accepting it on behalf of Durham College, our president, Don Lavisa, and of course, all the staff, students, and faculty that play such a key role in everything we do here. We're really excited, and we look forward to doing more great things in the future to share with our community. I love my job at the W. Galen Weston Center for Food. It's a facility driven by innovation and where students have so many opportunities for experiential learning.
Well, Kelly is deserving of this award because she has hired a group of people that serve as role models to our students, and so that they can go out into the world and be successful.
Watching a student develop from first year to the time they graduate is inspiring. I love seeing how they develop and grow with all the opportunities at the Center for Food.
Thank you to colleges and Institutes Canada for recognizing Kelly in the category of managerial excellence. None of this would be possible without the leadership Kelly demonstrates every day. We're so very proud of Kelly.
I have an incredible team behind me. All of these successes and milestones would not have been possible without the support of Durham College, Don Lavisa, and Tony Doyle. I am beyond excited for what the future holds for the W. Galen Weston Center for Food.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Up next, let's find out more about Ice Tales. As a young company, Ice Tales' vision is to be more than just an ice cream shop. It plans to be the most talked about hub, promoting delectable treats through creativity, variety, and great customer service. Let's see how they plan on doing that and what makes them unique.
Hi, are you management here?
I'm Yolanda, I'm one of the owners.
Oh, awesome. I was wondering, could I ask you some questions?
Sure.
Okay, so what is Ice Tales all about?
Ice Tales is not just about offering premium ice cream, it's about the experience, impeccable customer service, vision.
Wow, what inspired you to do non-dairy ice cream?
There was once a girl who came in for non-dairy ice cream, and she was really interested in trying birthday cake. However, we did not have birthday cake in non-dairy option, so that challenged me, and then I decided I'm gonna try different flavors. She, I would say, is my inspiration.
Wow, so this place really has a sense of community as well.
Oh, it definitely does. That's what we wanted to be. Remember our first year we had a family, I'm sorry, it was an open house. We brought in bouncy castles, we had face painting, music, and that's what we want here to be, like a hub where people can come, relax, and have an ice cream.
Wow, so Ice Tales is sort of like the center of this little community.
That's what we want it to be.
Great. So what are you looking forward to in 2021?
Oh, in 2021, I want to focus on ice cream cakes. I know it's a big challenge because first of all, it's vegan ice cream, and second of all, you have so many different flavors to consider when doing ice cream cakes, the inside, the texture, and so this here is like one of the first ice cream cakes I made. It was just a simple gluten-free ice cream cake, but I wanted to do all different flavors from birthday cake or whatever ice cream flavor we offer here. I want to include it in an ice cream cake.
Gluten-free cookies and cream. Sounds like a dream.
Oh yeah, that's the whole idea. We want to cater to people who have dietary restrictions.
So what flavor was your biggest hit of 2020?
Oh, in 2020, the biggest hit was our sour sub ice cream. The sour sub ice cream is a tropical flavor, and because I'm from Trinidad, I know I've had many flavors with coconut influence. However, I just wanted to bring the sour sub to the wider community, and so far it's been going pretty well. People who have never had sour sub before, they actually love it. One thing you should know about sour sub though, it's not sour.
Then what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Well, my favorite ice cream is just plain old vanilla. The reason why I like vanilla is because you can use vanilla and like put all different types of ingredients, such as espresso, chocolate. So also at the beginning of 2021, I said that Ice Tales should have the best avocado in Durham or in Toronto. But we're still working on it. COVID-19 had put some restriction on us, but I think 2021 is the year that we're just going to nail everything, because I'm just simply going to work hard at it.
Oh, I love it. I'm going to have to come by and have some of that sometime.
Oh, definitely.
So what are some of your favorite ingredients to work with?
I like working with coconut. It's just a matter of being non-dairy. I deal with non-dairy flavors. It's almost like I have to work with coconut because that's the ingredient that gives the ice cream its creaminess. So by default, coconut is what I started working with. It's easiest. But however, in the near future, I want to experiment with different bases such as cashews or oats, or a combination of both.
I like it, like a little scientist. So this company, it's had a lot of growth, it's had a lot of success. What would you say, though, personally, was your biggest accomplishment with the non-dairy ice cream?
Oh, I think it would be our soft serve. Initially, we bought our soft serve mix, and I just figured I could do that myself. And so I just wanted to control the ingredients that went into those. So I started using coconut, but I guess the general consensus was that it had too much of a baked coconut flavor, and not everybody likes that coconut taste. So my challenge was to use other ingredients like rice and oat in order to have like more of a neutral taste. And so I think when I made my first non-dairy soft serve and it came out with a neutral taste, creamy, I think that was my biggest accomplishment.
So you like made it a goal to recreate these flavors that people find in dairy so often.
Yes.
Wow, that's hard to do. That's awesome.
Oh yes, it's all time and passion, and I'm really passionate about it.
Wow, I've never wanted ice cream in the winter more than right now. And apparently, Pasta Hostess just made limoncello ice cream, so hopefully that's available for delivery. And next up, let's chat with Kitchen Punjabi. Owner Jasjeet Kaur is a culinary genius, searcher, and mentor, as well as her family's head chef. Chef culinary instructor Jasjeet Kaur is also the producer and host of Tata Kitchen Punjabi show. She is well known in the media, having been on breakfast television, Edmonton and Toronto, CBC Fresh Air program, and the CBC Fresh Air program. You could also find her teaching cooking classes with Sobeys, Loblaws, and various organizations like Niagara College. Her main business is selling spice boxes with her homemade blends and artist-made mortar and pestle, along with teaching online cooking classes. When it comes to food, she's just as intrigued about the who, how, and the why of dishes, or why dishes are made, and the multiple influences that different cultures have in today's kitchen. I can already feel my mouth watering. Here's a video from Chef Jasjeet.
Hi, my name is Chef Jasjeet Kaur. I live here in Ontario. I have been teaching cooking classes from past almost now 20 years, and I have taught with various professional institutes, organizations in Alberta for some time, and then in Ontario. It's my passion. Cooking is my passion. I have been teaching Indian cooking classes. Along with Indian, I also do fusion cooking and baking as well. So basically just sharing my passion is my culinary journey that I started 20 years ago, and I just didn't want it to be in the back of the kitchen. I always wanted to be talking to people, telling them about my passion, sharing it, the knowledge that I have, and learning even from my students. I will be talking about the Indian spices, the health benefits of Indian spices. I do have my spice box that I sell, so if anyone is interested, you can get in touch with me. So this is the spice box. That's how it looks. It comes with a little tiny spoon and just inside lid as well, and then you get a beautiful spices, which are all nice colored spices. These are the basic Indian spices, and I will be talking more about it in my live show. But just to tell you, I have my blends that I do at home and I sell them. So my home blends is tandoori masala, the middle one that you can see here, and then the garam masala. Garam masala is the key spice for Indian cooking. It has almost like 15 to 20 spices in it, which are dry roasted and added, and that gives the flavor to your dish. Any Indian dish that you're cooking, you can use that in it. So along with my spice box, I do sell my mortar and pestle, which is again a very nice rainbow color. This one is my favorite one, but you can get various other ones too. This is handmade mortar and pestle, and it comes in various sizes. This is the large size, but you can have the smaller size as well. I teach cooking classes now. Since pandemic, the life has been very different for all of us. I do online cooking classes on request, so you can definitely get in touch with me. Before I get into my recipe for the day, I would like to say my sincere thanks to Artists and Artisans Network and Saffron Hub for giving this opportunity to be at the Whitby Artistic Food Expo. Please, I would also encourage shop local. That's what I do. There is lots of resources available on Saffron Hub, and Artists and Artisans Network can help you out to look out for the local businesses. It means a lot to have a support for the home-based very small businesses that we are. And now I'm gonna just talk about, there are so many dishes that I just love. I just love cooking, and since I've been cooking, I think my favorite dish that I would like to share with you is butter chicken, and I'm sure this must be favorite of so many of you. So this butter chicken will be, because it has various steps in it, and I will be talking about it. I will be sending actually the recipe to Saffron Hub and Artist and Artistic Network, and they will be posting it, but you can definitely call me. I can guide you step by step when you are making this recipe. So this is the finished product of butter chicken that I cooked. What I did was I marinated the chicken with some spices and yogurt, garlic and ginger paste, lemon juice, and once it was marinated for almost about 24 hours, then I actually put it in the oven, cooked the chicken, and then made the sauce. And sauce is the main, so I'm going to be talking about the sauce as well in my demo when we do, if there is time that will be permitted while I'm at the live show, I might be doing this as well with you guys. And then along with butter chicken, we do serve some Indian basmati rice, so this will be served along with butter chicken when you're having, or you can even go for naan if you like. Now my butter chicken has been so popular. It was actually featured in on CBC radio in Alberta. Once I was in that competition, and they said this is the best butter chicken ever, and I'm sure once you try it, you're gonna say the same thing as well. They said my butter chicken had a very nice fenugreek flavor, and that is actually my secret. So if you really look at it, that's the kasuri methi, that is the Indian name for it, but it's the dried fenugreek leaves that I use in it. So you can definitely check it out. And then also I would encourage you to shop local. These days, because of pandemic, you can go out shopping, but make sure you're supporting your local business. There are different sources. We can even our Saffron Hub can also guide you through as well. Thank you. Thanks for being here with me.
Wow, looking at that award-winning butter chicken is definitely making me hungry. Speaking of hungry, you got to make sure you have an empty stomach when you get to try out Barbacoa Boys, so you can taste all of their options. Chef Jamie has worked in the restaurant industry for 20 years and is now bringing his professional chef skills to the catering world. He is a grill master, flavor savior, and always delivers service with a smile. More importantly, you can tell his food is handcrafted with extra love. Let's check out his video.
Chef Jamie Beeson, and I'm the owner and operator of Barbacoa Boys Catering Company. I've been a chef for over 20 years, and it's great to use your passion as what you do for your career. Not many people can say that. I love cooking, and I love being able to share what I do with everybody. And I mean, being a chef kind of lends itself to that anyways. At Barbacoa Boys, we like to cook food with tons of flavor and lots of love. We mix a little bit of fusion, a little bit of Mexican, a lot of Jamaican, a little bit of that Greek flavor, and pretty much anything else that comes to me in the spirit of the moment. And I mean, growing up in a city like Toronto, where it's such a melting pot of cultures, it's very hard to not pull from all these amazing dishes to come up with new amazing dishes to share with my friends and family. Today I'm going to give you a sneak peek into one of our most popular items. This item I did years ago when I was the head chef at Rum Diaries, and it was fantastic. Everybody loved it, so popular. I hope you enjoy it too. These spring rolls are amazing. So if you're in the Whitby, Ajax, Pickering, Durham area, even Scarborough, Toronto, give me a call. You can hit me up on my website at www.barbacoaboys.com. You can check out our Instagram page at Barbacoa Boys. Check out some of our good videos or pictures. The TikTok is coming soon. You can hit me up on my YouTube channel and check out my first video with the Killer King Crab Cakes. That is a funny video. I hope you have some fun watching it as much as I did taping it. I look forward to getting some food to you.
Okay, Chef Jamie, I have to disagree. Those ackee and saltfish spring rolls are not just amazing, they're addictive. And I've been missing them for some time. So thank you for showing how you make them. And now let's hear from 21. Originating in Bowmanville, Ontario, 21 is dedicated to all natural, plant-based, and handmade desserts. Through the enduring passion of owner and operator Tiana Bogdanovic, they specialize in fulfilling your dream desserts without breaking the bank. It takes 21 days to break a habit. They believe that healthy habits matter, and their mission is to change the world one dessert at a time. Let's see what they have to say.
Hello, my name is Tiana. I'm the owner and operator of 21, a local dessert shop based in Bowmanville. We are dedicated to create all natural, healthy desserts without breaking a bank. We started as a raw dessert shop. We included baked donuts after that, and now we are doing breakfast bowls and sandwich options and much more. You can also find cheesecakes, chocolate bars, and other healthy desserts in our store. We have a showroom in Bowmanville on Trudeau Drive, but we mainly sell through our website and our app. We also deliver through Uber Eats and DoorDash. All our products are gluten-free, refined sugar-free, certified vegan, which means they do not contain any animal products, so they're plant-based, no dairy, no butter, and no eggs. We are trying to preserve all the nutrients from our food and deliver them to you the best possible. So back to the ordering process. If you wish to view our products and place your order for the next or any other day, you can go to our website, www.20spelledout1.ca, or you can place same-day orders through our app, 20 spelled out 1 desserts, available for iPhone and Android. We also offer a loyalty program, so you can collect points while you enjoy healthy desserts, and then you can redeem them for dollars or some extra treats for you. So feel free to ask us if you have any questions. Our email is info@20spelledout1.ca, or you can give us a call at 905-442-3532. We are always happy to talk with you and assist you if needed. Thank you so much again for listening, and see you soon. Bye.
So I can have my dessert and be healthy too. I'm totally cool with that. Up next, we have Tabitha.
What is food? Food is joy. Food is integration. Food is connection. Food is security. Food is health. Food is also an art. Join us to celebrate the artistic and culinary talents from local chefs, restaurateurs, and your favorite food joints. Find out more about their food journey, participate in exclusive food demonstrations, and most importantly, encourage local businesses. Let's support the ones that keep our bellies full, our taste buds happy, and allow us to discover new dishes, all from the comfort of our homes.
Hi, I'm Tabassum Wine, and I am a food blogger and food consultant at Kashmiri Foodie. I make healthy and quick recipes for busy moms. When I'm not sharing recipes, I'm consulting with organizations on how to become more diverse and inclusive in their practices. I recently competed on Wall of Chefs on Food Network Canada, and it was a dream come true. As a visible Muslim woman, it is my hope and dream to inspire young girls and women of color to live out their dreams. The food industry has historically been dominated by men and not people of color. So I really think that the Whitby Artistic Food Expo has done an excellent job in showcasing the diverse nature of the food industry. I started cooking for my family, and then I started documenting my mom's recipes on my food blog. From there, I started experimenting more and more and adding my own flair to her recipes. I've been cooking for over 5 years now, and I mainly cook traditional Pakistani food. My biggest cooking inspiration is my mom, but I've also grown up watching the Food Network channel and any cooking show really. My favorite food to cook, or my favorite dish to cook, is kofte, and that translates to meatball curry. It's so delicious. It quickly comes together within half an hour, and it's very flavorful. I'm a mom of 2, my son is 5, and my daughter is almost 4 years old, and this pandemic has been very difficult in terms of keeping them busy. But one thing that's really helped is getting them active in the kitchen. My kids love chopping up vegetables, they love searching for ingredients in the kitchen, and best of all, they love cleanup. They absolutely love washing the dishes, and as a mom, that is really good news to me. It's really helpful and it makes my life so much easier. So whether you're a parent or not, I suggest that you get in the kitchen, try out some new recipes, and you can head to my website, www.kashmirifoodie.com, for some traditional Pakistani cuisine and get creative. It's a great way to distress and just have fun. Although I am a home cook, we have been doing our part in ordering takeout every week. And I think it's really important to support our restaurants at this time because the pandemic and the second lockdown has been very difficult economically for restaurateurs and chefs. Thank you once again to the Whitby Artistic Food Expo for having me. I had a great time sharing my story, and also I think you guys have done a wonderful job showcasing the diversity that exists within the food industry. Thank you. Bye.
Wow, that was super inspiring. And I just want to say again, thank you to everyone who is here. It's great to know that we have such amazing people working on inclusivity and diversity in the community. Moving on to our last guest speaker who will be doing a live segment with us, let's welcome back Kitchen Punjabi. Hi, Chef Jasdeep.
Hi, Kyla. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm really enjoying all the videos, everything that's been put out, and I'm feeling hungry almost.
Oh, me too.
But I
So what are
am
you doing with
all
us?
well, all I'm all set. I think after having, the beautiful omelets and the baked goods and all, to end the kind of your day with the good, healthy super food drink, I am actually going to show how to make turmeric milk. Also, it is called turmeric latte. You can call haldi doodh. Haldi basically is the Indian name for turmeric. So this is the turmeric spice. You can see the nice, beautiful, beautiful color on it. And this is actually the heart and soul of all our Indian curries. If I really talk about all the Indian curries that we make, it's always, always the turmeric that gives a nice yellow color, and also that is the curry main base for it. So this milk is very simple, very easy. All I'm going to do is just have some milk. But the main key in having this healthy doodh would be to make sure that you actually will put this turmeric along with the milk and then boil it. That is the main key for it. So if I have some milk here, and I'm going to put, and you just need a pinch of it. You don't need to add lots of haldi. It's just a pinch of it. And I'm just going to start here so that it starts to boil. And along with it, I also want to showcase our haldi, which is the turmeric, as a fresh herb as well. So you can get it fresh It's readily available. You can get organic, fresh, healthy, and use that. Or when you are actually going to grade this, this is how this looks like. So this is the nice, beautiful color. But normally when I'm doing it, this I would add it to all my curries if I'm making dry curries or lentils or cauliflower dish or any vegetarian Indian dish, I would be doing that. I will be using the fresh, but for my healthy doodh, it's always the pinch of dried, good quality turmeric.
And is that for
Along
just
with,
servings, Chef Jazz? Just a pinch for
sorry,
one
what's Yes, pinch for 1 cup of glass. So basically, like if you're making 2 cups, then make sure add a little more than a pinch. And then along with it, it's just not turmeric. We are also going to use some cardamom. You can use cinnamon. Again, cinnamon is so good. As I said, I will be speaking all about my other spices, and all spices have health benefits in it, right? So this is a cinnamon stick that you can add in there as well, a little bit for the flavor. Also, nutmeg is really, really sleep inducing as well, and it really pairs well with turmeric. So I'm going to add a little pinch of that as well, and that kind of completes what goes in my turmeric milk. And actually, you can, I hope you can see the color here. This is the beautiful color of turmeric milk, and I'm going to showcase in the glass as well. Now, also, if everyone is making this now, you get used to the taste of turmeric milk. Try to have this turmeric milk during the night time. So basically, 2 hours before you go to bed, that is the time you want to have turmeric milk, because it helps to induce a very good sleep. As well, it is antioxidant, antiseptic, and it is anti-aging as well. So you can see there's lots of benefits, and there's lots out there as well on internet where people can actually read about it and make sure, even if you want to talk to your doctor before you start getting into it, do that for sure. I have been used to this because my grandma, my mom would feed us this at night, and I would never know the reason, but now I know. Once I became chef and I worked on it, I actually found the reason that okay, this is really good for me. And ancient Ayurveda also actually encourages us to use this turmeric milk before sleeping at night. So also, I was just saying, I'm going to add one more ingredient to this, which I love using it, and it's saffron. Saffron is almost like gold. That's what they consider. It's like gold. The price of saffron, and the way it is the queen of the spices. Basically, 700,000 flowers are used to actually make 1 pound of saffron. So you can see that is why they compare it almost to gold. So that is something what I use in it. And if you really are a fan of a black pepper, you can add few peppercorns. And in mortar and pestle, I'm just going to grind it up, and that also goes in my turmeric milk. So you can see here that we have so many good spices that goes into our night sleep drink, which I call it, as I said, it's a super food drink that I vow for it, and I have this every night before I sleep. And sometimes I would even skip my dinner just so that I don't miss on having this milk, and I
Wow.
sleep like a baby. It is so good. Now also, it is, as I said, it's also antiseptic. So if there is any time, someone gets a burn, or there is, God forbids, there is some incident where you want a quick relief, then at that point you would actually mix turmeric with a little bit of water, create a paste and apply to it, and that just will stop even the infections. And it is also cancer treating as well. The spice is cancer treating. They are actually doing a lot of experiments with it. So definitely something that you want to have in your pantry. Uh, Now,
Is
just
fresh
once the
turmeric
milk,
better than powdered turmeric, Chef Jazz?
sorry, you just cut off.
Is fresh turmeric better than powder?
Actually, fresh turmeric is better for your curries. If you are making any Indian curries, or even not, even non-Indian food you are making, you can always add, because it's good for you. You can add it to your salads. But if you are making turmeric milk, I would stick to the spice powder.
Okay.
And
We have a couple
once
minutes left. I
the
can't wait to see what this looks like.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you that with all the beautiful spices in it and the flavor.
Wow.
I wish it was camera vision where you can actually smell these beautiful spices as well. So this is how this drink would look. I added less of the turmeric, but in case if you really get used to the flavor, this would be your another way of looking at this nice turmeric drink. Look at it. That's why they call it even a golden milk, right? So it's nice
As a
golden color.
beautiful color.
So
Wow, thank you so much.
welcome. And also now I also want to suggest in case if anyone really cannot have, they are lactose intolerant and they cannot have milk, they can actually use coconut milk or they can use almond milk as well. So almonds, all I do is I actually make my own almond milk. So basically I would take a cup of almonds, I would soak it overnight, and then next day in my nice grinder, I would actually prep it this with 4 cups of water, and that becomes, and then you just kind of strain it. That is your almond milk. Homemade almond milk can be made. Leftovers, I don't throw it out. If nothing gets thrown out in my kitchen, Punjabi kitchen, so I would actually make almond cookies out of it and serve it along with the cup of tea or with the latte.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for showing us that, Chef Jazz.
Oh, you're welcome, Kala. And I love working with these spices. I always suggest these are your basic spices. What comes in my spice box that I sell, these would be the basic spices, but all of them has health benefits. Like cumin, for example, cumin has a good health benefit of actually having it in water. You want to boil it and then drink it. That will actually aid in digestion. So it helps in good digestion. So you can use turmeric in that way. Then we have, the cumin seeds. You can use coriander. Coriander again really helps in headaches. Like if anyone has headaches, you can always use coriander spice in your cooking or in making a drink. Also, I have these beautiful cardamoms that I also used in my turmeric latte. This is black cardamom. Now, black or brown cardamom, we also call it badi elaichi. This actually is a spice which goes in for your meats because it has a very nice strong flavor. So you would always cook it with rice or with meats. And then I
Cool.
have this green cardamom, right? So the one that I used in my turmeric milk. This one gives the sweetness in it. And this is used for desserts, it's used for cakes, it's used for anywhere we are using as a whole masalas. We would use this in that cooking. And then I have my own blends. And there is also the red chili powder. There is a notion about Indian food, right? They say it's very, very spicy. It's actually not. You can make it spicy. Hot, right? Hot will come from this nice red
Mm.
chili powder. And I can eat this lots. I can add double amount, and I'm so happy about it. But I would
Wow.
encourage when you are using at home, you're trying it for the first time, try, experiment with little bit of spice, and then as you get comfortable, then you increase the spicy flavors in your meal.
Wow. Well, thank
Right.
you so much, Chef Jazz. I hate to cut you off, but we thank you so much for joining us and giving us so much information about your spices and how to make golden milk. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Carla, and we can go
Have a
to
good
my
evening.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
All right. So, as the event now comes to an end, and I must leave you, I want to wish you a wonderful evening. It's been a pleasure being your host today, and we are hoping everyone will safely enjoy their local restaurants and support small businesses near them. Thanks for helping us to encourage the Whitby culinary talent, and we hope to see you at our next event. If you have any questions or would like to be a part of future expos, please contact us by our email info@saffronhub.org or info@artistandartisans.ca. Finally, keeping in line with some of our core values and missions, we think it's important for us to have performing arts by local artists to encourage the amazing talent that we have right here in our backyard. Please join me in welcoming Lyubov K. She is a Toronto-based singer-songwriter with classical training in piano and a growing YouTube channel. She tries to collide upbeat music, emotional lyrics, and soothing female vocals in a unique sound within the pop genre. Sitting at her piano, she's written over 100 songs, hoping to connect with listeners through music that explores the fight against one's own thoughts and raw emotions. Let's look at her performance.
I don't understand how I feel about this. Looking at the screen, hope the end is fine. I can see a thing with the filters on your face, driving me insane. Maybe I'm to blame. I wanna be like people in the movies. Go fast now, don't slow down. Wanna be like people in the movies. Turn off the lights, make me feel like I'm living. Make me feel like I'm living. See your eyes bright as the credits roll down. Give us the life that we wanted. I got it figured out, need to write it all down and live it. 'Cause I wanna be like people in the movies. Go fast now, don't slow down. Wanna be like people in the movies. Turn off that lights, make me feel like I'm living. Make me feel like I'm living. Give us the life that we wanted. And words are not enough. Hey, this. I like to strangers in the night. You feel this. Tell me how you sleep at night, waking up to all your lies. We fall into the dark side. My eyes open wide, there is no way out. Look at me right now, are you here right now? Hey, yeah. You didn't listen, no, and we lost it all. Give up all we had. You can't even reach your mind. There's no turning